there was a picture on Twitter floating around that showed somebody named their Lightning node Roger Ver, and none of the other Lightning nodes were connecting to it. And they were all laughing and joking around about it and so happy about it. But to me,
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. But in all sincerity, stop the crypto bullying. Shame on you. It's not nice, okay? Now, let's have a look at what's going on in the markets today. So there is a lot of red across the board, but it's very minor percentages, so don't be alarmed. If we have a look at the overall market cap, it's 218 billion. We've been sitting here around this range from 18 to 22 for 2 weeks now. So really it's just, it goes up a few percent, it goes down a few percent, nothing major, but Bitcoin is steadily rising if you've looked at it. We're sitting at a $6,610 Bitcoin. If we have a look at the biggest gainers of the day, we have Nebulous up over 14%, Dentacoin, our good old favorite, Noah Coin, Loom Network, Walton Chain, Electroneum, ARC, Populous, Power Ledger, and Tezos all seeing nice gains today across the board. If we have a look at our moment of truth we've been waiting for, it looks like there is going to be a breakout, to the upside, to the downside. We don't know. Is there a chance to still fall down and break through the 6,200 mark? Of course there is. It's crypto. Anything can happen. But if you have a look at what some people are saying, now you have crypto analyst and host of CNBC's Crypto Trader, Rand Neuner. Oh no, CNBC is making a bullish prediction. Run for the hills, guys. Seriously though. He says, I just bought Bitcoin for my parents. And he pointed to the fact that Bitcoin's rally last year from 6,600, pretty close to what it is right now, up to 20,000 in December, was, according to him, on the back of the expectation and launch of the cash settlement BTC futures contract, following confirmation from the CFTC that the CBOE and CME were eligible to launch Bitcoin futures. The CBOE was the first to launch Bitcoin futures on December 11th, while the CME launched on December 17th. Conveniently the highest day of Bitcoin ever, the historic all-time high of 20,000, which it began to just, well, you guys know the story, what happened after that. So anyway, pointing at Bitcoin futures, Neuner made a parallel with the SEC's much anticipated design on the first Bitcoin ETFs to be approved by the regulator. A Bitcoin ETF is a way bigger deal than a cash settlement Bitcoin futures contract, since it requires actual purchase of BTC. I do agree in some senses that yes, it is different because you actually physically hold it, or at least they hold it in their custody for you. So that is a big difference. It may not repeat itself, but in the same hand, why just because something did it last year, it's going to happen to do it again this year? I mean, you got to think about it. Like, when you think about like the big whales and the people that really control it, if everyone's bullish on it, that's usually the time you should be worried, right? But then again, we are pretty close to a damn near bottom at this point, in a lot of people's opinion, but we'll have to see moving forward. I know there's a lot of people that disagree with this as well. For example, you have over here, well, these guys don't disagree, actually. This is from Am Crypto, and they're saying that the trend reversal will push Bitcoin price to the bullish breakout. You can go and look at all the, analysis here. I'm not going to go into it as well, but that's just one thing. Now, another thing I wanted to point out, too, is you have the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF, is concerned about the rapid growth of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. The global organization has issued a warning that the emerging asset class could have the potential to establish fresh vulnerabilities in the financial system at the international level. In its stability report, the agency said, despite its potential benefits, our knowledge of its potential risks and how they might play out is still developing. Increased cybersecurity risks pose challenges for financial institutions, financial infrastructure, and supervisors. So we have seen some people have concerns. Obviously, this is clearly the problem with the regulators. However, also, if you've noticed, in correlation with a lot of these concerns, you have seen an absolute crazy amount of rise in stablecoins. So it says the total market value of all stablecoins is currently $3 billion. Not very much. Roughly 1.5% of the total market value of all crypto assets. Obviously, Tether being the biggest at 93%. Now, they go on to say as many as 10 stablecoins have been released, and as many as 50 stablecoin projects are in line to be released in the next 12 to 18 months. Some of the prominent ones that were released recently include Tiberius, LBXPeg, Candy, Paxos, Gemini, USD Coin, Carbon USD, NUSD, Stronghold USD, and GMO Coin, not to mention a slew of others that I've become aware of as well, including Reserve Protocol, just to name one that I've recently spoke to. So the question is do we need all these stablecoins? Is it Is it too much? Is this really going to help get people into crypto? Is it going to help hedge against the volatility? I mean, down here you have a tweet, CZ. He's basically saying, more stable coins, please. This is great. I think that options are good. I mean, listen, it all comes down to usability. You know, we can have 100 stable coins. Maybe we'll use some and we won't use others, just like some coins are going to get delisted, right? Which we'll get to that in a minute, or they'll be adopted. So I think options are great. I mean, only having one choice, which was just Tether, I think that was a little risky, because what if Tether went under, or what if something happened, right? That's a lot of risk you're putting, right? So, you know, on your investments. So having multiple stable coins, I think, they're going to do what they want. It's free market, you know? You get a stable coin, you get a stable coin, right? So let me know your opinion on that. Now talking about these delistings, we do have Binance delisting BCN, CHAT, ICON and TRIG, which is interesting because if you remember, there was that huge controversy over Bitcoin getting listed, and it got locked up and it pumped, and everybody was saying that it was manipulation, and now Binance is delisting it. So it's funny how these stories come to an end. So, you know, you have Don Alt over here, Crypto Don Alt, and he's saying Trig delisted by Binance. Imagine owning something that soon will be on no exchange at all. Otherwise, you might be forced to hold for quite a while and rely on hope for another listing. Looks like exchanges are on a purge mission. Be careful. This isn't the first time recently. We've seen a lot of different exchanges coming out saying they're delisting cryptos. I called this like a month ago. I said it was the crypto purge. A lot of these coins that are not really getting used, that have kind of like shady developer teams, or, even look like right here. They say commitment of team to project, quality and level of development, network smart contract stability, level of public communication, responsiveness to periodic due diligence, etc., contribution to a healthy and sustainable crypto ecosystem. So those may seem like vague terms, but some of these projects are, they're not really getting off the ground like they said they would. So let's move on to some other things. An interesting statistic, a report found that 8% of Americans, roughly 26 million people, actually own at least one type of digital currency, most popular being Bitcoin, of course. So it says that Bitcoin makes up around 62% of the digital currency owned by U.S. residents. Now, the interesting thing is that we are not the deepest pockets, as they say right here. Europeans bested by USA by just 1%, with 9% of the total population owning crypto. And yeah, it goes on to talk about how most of it is in Asia. The report does give an overall ownership number of Asia as a continent, but some of the most notable countries with high ownership percentage include Japan with 11%, India with 7%, South Korea with 6%, and China with 3%, making Asia the clear pack leader in terms of cryptocurrency owners. So it's an interesting statistic. I don't know who they got. I mean, I know they didn't ask every single American, right? So you always have to be wary of these test groups and where they're getting their information from. Now, before we get on to some crypto news, I thought this was kind of fun. I heard about this the other day, but I forgot to mention it. So a virtual monument has just been erected in the Ukraine to recognize Satoshi Nakamoto. So it's a virtual monument, so essentially it's kind of like Pokemon Go, where you can only see it if you're wearing virtual glasses or if you're looking through your app, but it's still kind of cool. I don't know if this is it right here. Is this the monument? It looks like it is. It's this thing right here. Kind of a strange looking monument right here. It's got 3 different people that are connected to a robotic body. They got 3 heads. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. So it looks like they're looking to do one in Hollywood next. That's their next virtual one that they're looking to put up as well. So now let's get into the coin news of the day. We have NEM partnering with VNX Exchange. What is the significance of this? Well, the partnership is geared towards creating and funding a wave of new security tokens based on the NEM blockchain. Guys, what have we been talking about with these STOs? I'm not saying that the ICO scene is totally dead. I'm just saying I don't think it's ever going to be what it was, and I think these STOs are definitely going to be huge moving forward. So we have to take a look at this. What does VNX do? Well, the platform currently specializes in venture capital. They host over $169 billion in yearly VC investments. So the thing is that they understand that over 80% of research and development conducted by major companies requires VC funding. So they seek to open the VC process up to new investors through the integration of blockchain protocols. Also, moving on, I wanted to talk about this code review we have right here from Andre over at Crypto Briefing. Now, he's a pretty well-respected code reviewer, and this is actually for Quarkchain. Quarkchain actually had a lot of FUD FUD, the way that it came out, the way that the ICO process went, a lot of people thought it was a pump and dump. It was very geared towards the early pre-sale investors, and even after the dump, you were seeing these guys still up 6-7x on their investments, while the rest of us got dumped on the exchanges. But long story short, once the FUD has settled, I think that we can actually look towards what the capabilities of Quarkchain actually is. He says it's a good code. He says although he wanted a little bit more from it, but he wasn't really sure what he wanted. He says it shards processing transactions and transactions being committed to the Ethereum virtual machine. Quarkchain is living in the EVM. It's a scaling solution for the Ethereum virtual machine that allows parallelizing process via shards. He says all in all, they built exactly what they said they were going to. He says although he doesn't think that they'll be able to hit higher than 25,000 transactions per second. That's his opinion. Now, if we have a look over here, now it's not really up today, but you do see that it kind of has had that bottom and it started going the other way. So obviously this is what people were just like calling a ridiculous dump. Right here, you see it kind of hit the low point. So is this a potential good investment? I'm not going to tell you guys what to do. Not financial advisor, but they have been making a lot of partnerships, and yes, they only can do 25K transactions per second, which really isn't a lot compared to some of these other models out there, but have a look at it. See what you guys think. Moving on, we have the Matrix AI testnet code is finally up on GitHub. This is really great because they have some features that are available on the testnet. So they have high performance TPS, highly regulated network hierarchy. You have different types of transactions, 1, 2, multiple, offline, smart contract, etc. And the thing is that this AI-backed blockchain ecosystem is hoping to solve some of the most crucial problems that are associated with the current blockchain. That includes common security vulnerabilities, unnecessary programming barriers, a lack of flexibility, wasteful mining, sluggish transaction speeds, and that's just to name a few. So definitely keep an eye on Matrix. I like these guys. I really do. I had an interview with Owen Tao back. He had the Realize shirt on. Pretty OG, man. You got to give it to him. So moving on, let's talk about the strategic alliance between NULS and Ulysses Capital. So what is the significance of this? Well, Ulysses Capital manages around $1.5 billion in a long-short strategy, and its current portfolio focuses on bonds, which are 70%, and stocks 30%. They've recently begun investing in blockchain companies as well as crypto and plan to increase investment size gradually. So starting with this investment in partnership, NULS will actively seek cooperation with future institutional investors to increase its value. Now, we also have this that came out from Blockchain Brad. This is an AERGO interview, which is apparently frozen right now. I don't know why it's frozen. So yeah, he went on to have this interview with Phil Zamani from AERGO. Now, AERGO is a project that I've recently become extremely excited about. It kind of reminds me of how I felt early about Icon, before the boom. We all know that a lot of coins fell. But the difference is that these guys are already working with 30 plus different enterprises. They have all these different connections, and Blocko, being the parent company, has, a lot of resources, and they also have the CoinStack that was the blockchain solution that was developed as well. So also, if you guys hadn't checked it out, I had an opportunity to talk to them over on the Token Tank as well. And I just wanted to put one little infographic up here. As you can see right here, this is Blocko, which is the parent of AERGO. And I want you to look at some of these partnerships and these services, enterprises, and financial services that they're already working with. I mean, they're basically working with the Bank of America of China. They're also working with Hyundai, LG, Cisco, different, legs of Samsung. And their partners include IBM, Microsoft, Amazon Web Services as well, just to name a few. And, these can all be confirmed already. So it's not like, what do these partnerships mean? No, they're really there. They already have it. So I just wanted to just kind of put a spotlight on that. AERGO is a project I've become very excited about. Not shilling it. Clearly, it's not even out yet. But yeah, definitely going to keep my eyes on it and going to definitely focus on this one moving forward. Now, I also want to talk about Brave Browser has hit 4.6 million monthly active users. They say that the browser's adoption has exceeded the expectation with over 23,000 verified publishers and creators in less than a year. I'm one of those. Thank you very much. By the way, if you guys haven't signed up for Brave Browser, if you use my link below, it's totally free and it definitely helps out my channel. I want to say thank you again to everybody recently. I do receive these Brave Browser payments, and granted, they're not much, but it is something, and I want to say thank you for that support. It really does mean a lot, guys. And congratulations to Brave Browser for doing their thing. pushing it out to the masses. Let's also talk about Stellar-based Smartlands has entered into partnership with a multi-billion-dollar company, Colliers International, a global leader in real estate services and investment management company, to target the trillions of dollars worth of real estate market ripe for tokenization. Great use for blockchain, tokenizing real estate, right? Land registries. So the platform that creates new opportunities for investors and asset owners on the Stellar network is ready to play a big game with the company that has assets in 69 countries and managed about $2.7 billion in revenue in 2017. So the goal of the partnership, according to the official statement, is to explore the possibilities of securitizing real estate in a digital world in general and to jointly create a Stellar-based real estate tokenization project based on select properties managed by Colliers International. More of a reason to be bullish on Stellar, in my opinion. I mean, there's the Stellar camp, there's the XRP camp. Let's just all get along and play nice, but it is nice to see Stellar making some big moves. Now, moving on, talking about adoption, I have to give a major shout out to Naomi Brockwell. This is usually the part of the show where I talk about crypto adoption. She was on a YouTube channel with LAHWF. I'm not too familiar with this channel, but he has 2.2 million subscribers, which is bigger than any crypto channel that I'm aware of. So, kudos to you for getting the word out there. And this guy's a skeptical too. Like, he's all sitting here like, I don't see the point. Bitcoin is going to zero. What does it all matter? I mean, he was really like cynical about this. And to see Naomi sit there and, keep a straight face on and smile and just explain where she stands on everything, really awesome. If you don't know who Naomi Brockwell is, she basically, I don't really even know what she does myself, man. She's everywhere. She's got a YouTube show. She's always at the different conferences. She's always doing reporting on stuff. She's very political. I really like her. I mean, I've been on her show twice. If you haven't checked it, I was once on the news and once on a game show. So definitely check this out. Really great interview. Thank you, Naomi, if you're watching. I appreciate everything that you do for the community. Moving on real quick, we have Changelly decided to partner with CoolBitX in order to empower its flagship product known as CoolWalletS. So with the API integrated, then you'll be able to initiate crypto-to-crypto exchanges within the wallet's interface, making it easier for people, to adopt. And they have different ERC20 tokens as well as Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Bitcoin Cash. We also have PricewaterhouseCoopers partnering with decentralized lending platform Cred to provide tech expertise in the launch of their USD-backed stablecoin. Another stablecoin. Look at that. PwC, I'll just call them PwC, is touting their services as a solution to major existing problems associated with stablecoin market, such as transparency. It says, with the partnership, the audit firm notes it plans to ensure a valuable perspective on how standards can be enhanced in order to provide more transparent set of reserve functions. The statement adds, many investors are looking for crypto assets that can be pegged to a stable fiat currencies such as the US dollar, but these assets require a reserve ledger built for decentralized assets that can provide 100% transparency and value substantiation. The company also stated that it will provide clients with useful insights on governance, security, and risk management. All right, we have one more story for the day, guys. One more story, and then we're out of here. I promise you, one more story. So, South Korea has committed a $100 million fund to develop its capital Seoul as the center for blockchain innovation. So Park Won-soon, the third-time governor of Seoul, during his visit to Switzerland Zug last week, revealed that their government would launch a blockchain urban plan for 2018 all the way straight through to 2022. The plan will begin with the construction of 2 business complexes in Seoul's western and southwestern districts to accommodate 200 crypto and blockchain companies. The specialized blockchain zone will also feature 2 training centers that will nurture 730 experts in the field. Congratulations, Korea. And if that doesn't make you happy, we have another Bitcoin puzzle, this time with a 310 Bitcoin prize, which sounds unbelievable to me, actually. At this point, what is that even? 310 Bitcoin times, what is Bitcoin? 6,600 right now? 66 times 310, what is that? Yeah, that's a $2 million prize. Who's giving away $2 million in art? This is crazy. If this turns out to be true, congratulations to whoever the heck can figure this puzzle out. I've looked at probably 5 or 6 of these different things over the course of the year. I can never figure them out. I don't know what the heck they're talking about. Maybe you can. And if you can and you win, maybe you can hook K-Dub up here with a little tip for just kind of showing you the puzzle. Anyway, that being said, I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for coming back to my channel. It's Tuesday. You guys are freaking amazing. Everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting, you know I love you. That being said, my name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.